This is Lord from Africa, aka Roganized Rhyme, back at you with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about why women shame men that are inexperienced in dating. I've been trying to get around to this topic, but I've had so many video questions, which I do thank you guys again. But let's get into the video. Women tend to always just shame men that have little to no dating experience because, in some type of strange way, it seems like it makes women feel better about feeling superior over men. They want another way for them to be able to control men mentally. And I'm sure you guys have probably dealt with this as a young boy from the time you were in, elementary, to where women were always kind of picking on you, always trying to dare you to do the most dumbest stuff, whether that be talk out loud or they might try to dare you to go up and fight some other guy that's literally bigger than you. And this is the type of stuff to where it leads on to when men and women get older. And when you're a man that hasn't had any type of sexual, intimate experiences, women tend to use this type of stuff as a weapon against you. And the most just darkest thing about today's generation of guys that are a bit younger than us guys in our 20s and 30s and up is a lot of these men are in a very just dire situation to where they're doing everything they can to get a woman's validation, knowing when in reality everything that they do to impress a woman does not mean anything. Women, by the time they are 21 years old, have had tons of intimate experiences with the opposite sex. They have tons of propositions being offered to them to be able to be flown out. They're constantly getting deals with, celebrities that are men that are wanting to use them in their music videos, people inviting them on to podcasts for free. And you wonder why women feel so entitled to be able to shame men, especially when it comes to them not having any dating experience. The one thing we have to always remember is with women is that they're always going to do things that are always geared towards them getting their end goal. And whether that might be humiliating the man that they're socializing with, whether that might be them trying to sleep with the guy and get in a relationship with him, or just overall keep him around friend zone so she can just get more entertainment, energy, and fun out of seeing him be unhappy because he can't have her. So a lot of women in society love to degrade men that have had no dating experiences. And you always wonder why when you get into an argument with a woman, one of the first things she will say is, "Oh, I bet you're still a virgin, I bet you've never held a girl's hand. I bet you've never had a woman do anything special for you. You seem so bitter. Who hurt you?" These are the type of things that women are going to use as echoing chambers to just insult and slander your masculinity as a human being. So, when it comes to women shaming men that are inexperienced in dating, we have so many cases of it. Most women say they don't want virgins at all, and if anything, I think all women, whether they want to admit it or not, they just say socially and politically correct things. None of them want guys that are inexperienced. The moment a man tells a woman, "Hey, I've never been out on a real date before. I've never had a girlfriend. I've never slept with a girl," she's going to look at this guy like he's a weirdo or he's a serial killer, just a downright horrible person. And this type of stuff is why men who haven't even gotten anywhere in dating are quitting the dating market, because men are finally starting to open their eyes and see that the juice isn't worth the squeeze, because it's always going to lead to you tasting something bitter, in the end. And another reason why women love to mock men that are inexperienced in dating, because they know that these type of men are most likely vulnerable for them to have insults thrown at them. Why do you think women get so bothered when the man that they want, the man that they really desire, like the top tier attractive men in our society that we deem them as, right? when women can't get these type of men, they immediately go into shaming the men that are on the lower totem pole of the sexual hierarchy and attraction. So, what does this tell you about women's nature? If they can't bring the attractive guy down to their level to be able to control him mentally and emotionally, they're going to go into actually going further down and sometimes socializing with men that are just non attractive and that they would just keep as friends forever. So then they can throw little jabs and insults and degrade their guy friends while they're getting energy from it. They're getting fun from it because they're thinking, oh, I couldn't break this man that I found attractive. So I need to go down levels lower so I can act like I want to interact with these unattractive guys as friends. But in reality, I'm using them for attention and validation. And I'm making fun of them while I'm wanting the guy that I really can't get. This is exactly how the modern woman works from such a primal dating standard, especially in today's society. And for the men that are inexperienced, you really have to understand that you can't be giving your all to a woman. And let's just say, magically, hypothetically speaking, if you do get a chance with a woman, somehow, especially in this horrid Western world, right? If you do get a chance with a woman, you shouldn't put anything into it. You shouldn't invest anything emotional in her. You need to be doing everything as possible so you don't fall for this woman. And you have to understand the more you put into women emotionally, mentally, you're going to get less out of it. Anytime you have men that are attractive just being ghosted by women that are attractive like themselves, these men are starting to complain. Like I've been seeing a few of these YouTube videos of these content creators about how hard dating is getting, and these guys are viewed as attractive and can get in one night stands and hookups with women, or they can get a short term relationship or a little bit longer. But even that is not promised. So when we look deeper into the issue of women having all these options and then when they can't get these type of men that are top tier, because when the men that are top tier figure out these women and the game that they're kind of trying to run on them, this is when they figure, okay, I really don't have to stay with this girl because she's attractive, because I'm attractive and I can get other women. And this leads to women wanting to shame men who are inexperienced in dating so they can have an ego high. And the strangest thing that a lot of men can't understand is even when a woman emotionally is liking a man, even when she has some type of attraction to him, she still will block him. She still will find ways to make him the villain inside of her head. And this is why it is really never a good idea to shack up with a woman, meaning live with her, because the more you start living with women is the more they start to reveal their darker and just kind of just horrible ways to you. There are a lot of men who are still able to get relationships that are attractive, like one of the 5% men out there who literally have horror stories of living with women. And some of these women, you know, they're pretty good looking or they're just average everyday women. But still, generally speaking, women are going to be women. So these women are literally making these men's lives a living hell. You know, imagine coming home every day and having a woman nag at you and say, "Oh, you didn't put the groceries up correctly. You know, you didn't go out and get the mail earlier. You didn't take the dog out to walk." All that type of crap you're going to have to deal with, especially as a average or sub 5 guy. If you're an unattractive guy, you are most definitely guaranteed that if you do hypothetically get a woman by some type of miracle to show she's interested in you, which in reality we know she's going to be using you as, just a fun time, a pinata she can just punch on and just bust open and just keep torturing you. So if you do get with a woman, it's going to be on the premise of her taking from you and hardly giving to you. This is why you have so many dead bedrooms. This is why so many men are unhappy in the dating market because women are not giving their full front all. And this is another big thing to why it leads to women shaming men with no dating experiences because whenever women are given attraction, because women don't have to work to be attractive, they don't have to actually go years and years without having any type of real experiences that are genuine with the opposite sex unless they choose to. And a lot of these women that are coming into these, doomer, BP communities don't understand that they literally are choosing to do this stuff and they're trying to mimic and act like they're going through what we men go through in the dating skill, which they could never understand. So, when in reality, most of these women nowadays are not looking for a stable long term relationship. They're only looking to shame men that are average and below because they figure, okay, I can't get this type of man that I'm aiming for. I'm never going to be able to have a stable marriage because, I'm just literally mentally depraved. And yes, guys, women already know if they're messed up or not. They will literally tell you they are messed up themselves. The horse will literally speak for themselves and tell you. So if you have women telling you that they aren't good candidates for a relationship, what do you think they're going to acquiesce to doing? They're going to start getting into feminatrix stuff. They're going to start getting into BDSM, and more women are starting to get into this type of stuff. I don't know if you guys haven't realized, you go on some of these YouTube videos, like some of these people that interview these women. They're all loud, rambunctious, They love talking about how they have a disdain and dislike for men and talk about how they would love have men just be like their little foot slaves or whatever. This is the type of stuff that women are really starting to affirm to. And the more young men are growing up in this type of society and guys in their 20s and mid 20s, getting there like myself, right? The more we were starting to realize that 98% of the population of women, and I'm specifically speaking about, the US here, 98% of women over here are really only looking to just have dysfunctional things in their life when it comes to men because they have been raised to go after dysfunctional men. The TV shows tell them go after a toxic man. He's going to be everything that you want. He's going to have a good job. He's going to be able to take care of you, protect you, but he's going to be a little rough around the edges as a man. So, whenever you have women growing up with this type of stuff, you're going to see more women affirming to things that are just more degenerate. They're going to start wanting to give their bodies to men that are incompatible with them. And then they blame the men as a whole, they blame the man for, oh, all men, they're no good. All men, I think they're all bad. They only want one thing. When they give their one commodity that makes them special, their body, to that one undeserving man. And they already know that they're doing this, guys. This is why I keep telling you female nature represents something that is chaotic. It represents pure darkness on such a just unconscious mental level. And a lot of men do not understand that a lot of their goodwill, a lot of the good vices they have in their life are only waiting to be smudged and just stumped on by some woman they're going to end up falling for. Because the more time you spend with someone, especially with the opposite sex, like even if it's just the average girl and you're a guy who hasn't gotten any action for years, or you haven't even gotten anything at all, like the majority of men in the BP and Doomer community, like us, right? So if you're one of these guys, that are in the situation of you haven't been able to get with a woman in years, or you've never had anything at all, you're going to take whatever you can, and the manipulation is just going to be like that when a woman presents that type of opportunity to you, which is just another Luciferian effect. And that's exactly what this type of gnosis is called whenever women are giving you just good gestures. we can't just look at it as a halo effect, because if we look at the symbolism of Lucifer and all that stuff, I won't get deep into, but you know what I mean. But it's literally the Lucifer effect. They're literally misleading you into something, making you think that they're a desirable woman, making you think that, oh, they like you. They keep sending you mixed signals like, oh, you actually might have a chance. And then before you know it, you confess your feelings, or you start to think you're getting closer to her. Whooploosh, she's gone. She's ghosted you. And now you're by yourself wondering what the heck happened. How much time did I lose? All because I spent it on someone in the beginning who wasn't going to like me. If women have always viewed you to be an unattractive man, there is no type of savior in your dating life. There is no women not degrading you for your inexperienced dating life, because they're going to take joy in it. And women can sense it when you haven't had good experiences with women, especially the succubus type women that are out here on the streets giving their body to men that love money. Women that are just materialistic. They're going to sense that. And how many women do you think are like that? Exactly. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment sections. I would appreciate it. I'm getting around to your comment most likely, since I'm writing them down. So thank you guys very much, and I appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next video. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.